Hi, this is Tattoo Jared, and in this video, I would like to discuss my balloon analogy I created of self-worth. Now, if you could imagine our sense of self-worth, self-respect, self-esteem is like a balloon. And the way we fill our balloons is a way of getting self-worth for ourselves, self-respect. Now, the two different ways to fill up your balloon are as follows. One of the wrong ways would be to get self-esteem, self-respect, a sense of completeness from other people, a sense of completeness from drugs, alcohol, gambling, money, shopping, or any one of these things that are outside of ourselves. And what those kind of things do is they fill you up with hot air. And you definitely get a sense of completeness from doing those things, but as you'll find out in a minute, it's a shallow sense of completeness. The correct way to fill up a balloon is with sand, as I would call it. Now, sand is the hard way to fill up your balloon. It's the actual work. Now, that would be building a life for yourself that has healthy friends, hobbies, a career, relationships, and just adapting responsibility to your life. And each one of those things is like a shovel full of sand you put into your balloon. You have a good foundation. You're not overly dependent on any one thing, which is important. Because as problems come along in your life, I kind of represent that as a needle. Now, needles come and problems come into everyone's life. And if you filled your balloon with hot air, the needle comes and bam! All it takes is one thing, and your life is in catastrophe. So maybe you are drinking a lot, you get a DUI, catastrophe. If you have become overly dependent on one person and they break up with you, your life is a catastrophe. It's turned into a hell. And so if you fill up your balloon with the hot air, one thing could destroy you and cripple you to your knees. Now, if you filled up your balloon properly, with sand, one shovel full at a time, yes, problems are still going to come. But the needle, instead of popping your balloon, it's only going to make you lose a little bit of sand. Yeah, you're still going to feel pain. Filling yourself up the right way is not going to exempt you from feeling pain, but it's not going to be a crippling experience. It's not going to bring you directly to your knees. You're going to have the coping mechanisms and the skills at your disposal to be able to handle life's problems properly. And it's not going to kill you. So, in conclusion here, we want to make sure we build a stable life for ourselves, not dependent on any one thing. Have hobbies, have likes, have interests, have a job that hopefully fulfills you in some way. Although I know that's sometimes hard at first, but we have to work towards it. Live a life of meaning. Don't depend overly on any one thing for your happiness, specifically if those things are drugs, alcohol, gambling, sex, or another person. Those things, relying on them, is a recipe for disaster. So as we move forward in life, I want people to remember this analogy because it's really helped me. It's like, am I filling up my balloon one shovel full of sand at a time with strong things that are going to be there? Or am I letting more and more hot air get into my balloon and making myself more susceptible to disasters? And it happens. Especially, it's the hardest for me with people, right? A person can come along and I might really begin to develop feeling towards them, and it becomes easy to kind of fill up on them. And I think that's everyone's struggle, but we all need to make sure that we do things the best we can. We don't beat ourselves up, but we continue to know, hey, we got to have a life that is well-rounded. And that's pretty important. And as some of you already know, if you don't, you'll suffer the consequences when life's tragedies come pouring through. So that's my balloon analogy. Hopefully you can use it in your life and notice in your own self when you're filling up with hot air or whether you're filling up with sand one shovelful at a time, the better way. Thank you.